All right, the last thing that you put would be the date that it was accessed. All right, now I accessed this today, and I believe the date is not showing up on my printout. It would if you were actually printing it out. All right. Also, if it saves, if you're saving an article to Google Drive or something, it will record the date for you. So I know today's date, and I'm going to put 19, and then I'm going to put MAR period because I abbreviate 2020, and there is a period at the end. All right. Now, everything on here is correct. I double check it against what I had before on my sheet, and I will see everything. Last name, comma, first name, period. Title in quotes with a period inside the quotes. Name of the magazine in italics. The day, the month, and the year in that format with a colon and page number looks just like that. Period. Web period. EBSCOhost period. Buckeye Valley High School period. Available just means that's where we found it with a colon, and then the little alligator brackets. The web address to the .com, and then the date that we found it. The only thing really that's going to be missing there is the database name, right? The database name. Now, for a note card, I want to, first things first, every note I take from this article, online learning will make college cheaper, also make it better. Every note I take from that, every quote, every paraphrase, every statistic, everything like that gets its own card. And I am going to put a number 1 in the corner. So if it came from source 1, the Reef article, I take a note from the Reef article, it gets a number 1. If I take 10 note cards from that article, they all get a 1 right there. Next thing you do is you find the note that you want to take. So if I go back to my article and I'm reading it, la, 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 I find something that I want to kind of get the idea of. Maybe I like this. I'm going to use it as a quote. I'm just pulling this out at random. All right. Card. All right. Here is my note. There it is. Okay. Since I'm going to use it as a quote, I won't put quote marks around it. And when you look at your notes, the printout that I gave you, what all do you need to put on here? Okay. First thing you have is the number. Then you have the note in the middle. The next thing you put would be the main idea, and you underline that. And let me read the card. To understand the potential, it's important to focus on what digital learning is good for. At least at the moment, it is surely not very good at replacing a close personal connection with an inspiring teacher and mentor. Okay, fair enough. So, online learning. Not as good as teacher. All right, something like that. What is that? Well, it's the main idea of what's on a card. It kind of gives me an idea. So just like a file folder, I don't have to look in every single folder to find what I want. I have a little tab which shows me. This one shows me that maybe online learning is not quite as good as a teacher right now. All right. What else do I need to put? If it was somebody who is not the author, I need to put who said it. And in this case, it's the author, so I don't really need to put anything. All right. Now, if it was in quotes and it said this is a quote by Dr. So and so, then yeah. All right. What else do I need to put on this? All right. I have my main idea. I have my source number. I have my note. I do need to tell where it came from in terms of page. And if there is no page, I have to pull a paragraph out. So when I go back over here, if I can determine what pages came from on the original, then I'm good. And it looks like this whole article came from page 54. So I know what page it came from. When I go back, and I'm going to put page 54. There you go. Also, another thing that I need to do is I need to tell what kind of card is this. All right, now I took it word for word, so I'm going to put quote. So I have quote, and I'm gonna move this down a little so you can see the whole card.